to apply my talent, to do what the divine gave me as a gift. That's my opportunity to actually do it in front of people. It gives me an experience. It's my experience as much as your experience, right? So every single role, I auditioned for Breaking Bad. You know, they made me go in and read. Look at the words I use. This is how most of us feel. We got to change our vocabulary. They made me. I was happy to go in and read because 3 or 4 years ago I decided that every time I go in the room I'm showing off my talent. I'm connecting with my essence. And it should make me happy. It shouldn't be a labor. It should be my opportunity to really tell my story, to tell my poem, to do what I was meant to do. And when I walk out, when I finish my auditions, I say thank you for allowing me the opportunity to work today, to play today. We think of work, we should use the word play, because life is play. And then we think about it differently. We get up to go to work? No, I get up to play every single day. I get up to play, to have fun, to engage, to be all of who I am. So it's a different way of conditioning our brains to thinking about what our vocation is, what our life's work is. It's something different. So they're all difficult because I got to get around my conditioning and thinking that I'm going in, and maybe I don't know my lines completely. Maybe I haven't imbibed the character for a 2-page audition. I auditioned for Breaking Bad. I had no script. They only give me 1 page. I had to figure out and fill in the gaps of everything else. And it's J.J. Abrams. He never gives you anything for Revolution. And most actors hate auditioning for him. But I look at it like this. If I have 1 page and I don't know what the other 60 pages are, I can do whatever I want.
That's right.
Right? I have this 1 page of dialogue, and this guy could be this, he could be this, he could be this. And I get a chance to show them how creative I am in building a background for a character that I don't even know about. That is the ultimate play. And I don't care what you do in your life. If you're a garbage man, if you work for the college, if you're a journalist, I don't care what it is. We live in the world of creation. Check this out. Like, who made the world? Well, we don't really know. It could be the divine God, it could be the divine gods, right? It could be that nature moved itself around, he moved the nature around. However it got here, I don't need to know that. But I know I didn't make it. I know it ain't man-made, right? So you dig? So I first start with the elements. Now, yes, I try to get out at lunchtime because we're in this basement. We have no light, we have no air, but we have each other, and we're digging on the con, right? It's fun. That's why I come to Comic-Con. So we get people like her. Look at her. Come on. This life is our load. It takes something off our back. It allows us to be in play. And this is why I come here, because I see people playing, and it reminds me to be young again, to be that there's no age. Right? There's no differential. We put ourselves in these boxes. So first I have to, deconstruct my own psyche, and I have to come back to being able to play again, laugh a little bit, sing again, right? So this is the nature of what I do, and I venture to say no matter what any of you do as a vocation, if you don't love it, get out. If you love it, find a way to play with it again, all over again like a child.
Which one would you say when you relate to the most?
I have to say there are a couple. One would be Gustavo Fring, and The Man Provides Speech. Because during that time, I was absolutely on my butt, bankrupt. And I got this part, and they offered it to, I did a guest spot, and I still wasn't desperate, but I was done. I was toast. I had 4 kids, my house was going to the bank, and I read it, and I said, I really want to be a part of this, but I don't want to play a guest spot for a couple $1,000 a week. And I said, I'll do one for you, and I'll get in and get out, and I respect it, and I love it, and I did. And then through a series of events, they offered me, I said no, they offered me, I said no, I can't, and I told them why. They had never experienced such honesty. They said, we want to offer you 2 or 3 or 4. I said, well, I can't pay for my family on that. So I'm going to have to decline so I can keep myself open for something that will come that I'll be able to pay for my family. And they met my number. And so I went and did it. So by the time I got to A Man Provides, that was a moment in time for me where I felt those words. Because I had lost everything except for the people I love. Even my wife asked for a divorce. Right? No, it was all crashed. And I said, look, I love you, I can't divorce you now, I'd love to give you what you want, but we can't afford it. So you gotta stay married to me a little longer, right? But that speech I really related to. Other roles I really related to were Do the Right Thing. Because I'm an Italian, African-American, black man, and when I was doing Do the Right Thing, Spike was like all pro-black and completely pro-black and all these things, and I had a white father and a black mother. I really related to that role. I really did because, I'm a humanist. I'm about people and about human beings and about trying to help everyone get to their best selves, including me. Don't forget that. That should be our goal in life. When you do well, I do well. When his promoter does well here at this show, and he's not left under the jail to pay me because I'm off, shopping during my lunch hour and not signing autographs, I'm helping him make he's happy, I'm happy. This is how we should be. It's being out of greed. So that was another role, Do the Right Thing, that I really related to. And there are probably a plethora more, but I want to get some other questions, okay?
All right, question over here. Miss, in the back. Then we'll come to you, sir.
What did you base the character Gus off of? What did you base the character Gus off of?
What did you base the character Gus off of?
Okay, so we have learned to learn from entertainment, from watching film, from watching television, from hearing music, and sometimes we get better at what we do because we copy. And when I'm making a movie or show, I don't go to the movies, I don't go to the theater, I don't watch television, I watch television very little, and there's a reason for it. It's because I ask the universe to allow me to be original. And so I gotta say this, and I do have some basis I'll get to your question. To be original is to be who you really are. There's no two fingerprints that are alike. There's no two human beings that are alike. To find your essence and then live it and allow people to see it is really what it's about. I don't try to be anybody other than who I am. And I want to be able to live strongly and presently in that. There's no two human beings that are alike. You're all originals and you all have something to offer and you all are walking this earth walk for a reason. And that reason you have to find. I wanted Gus to be so relaxed. I worked with an actor years ago named Eddie Olmos in Miami Vice. I love Eddie, yeah. And Eddie was playing this cop, and I went to rehearse the scene the first time I was in that show, and he did absolutely nothing. And I went, what's up with this dude here? Like he's just like, he's got no pulse. He had no pulse, he had no emotion, he had no nothing. And I thought, what a brave move that was. How brave to do nothing. So actors love to act, and I'm Italian on top of it. I gesticulate, I emote, I'm emotional, I get excited. I wanted to leave all that behind. And I thought for 1 second about Eddie's performance all those years ago. And I went, I want to try to be able to emulate that kind of calm, but I want to add to it a stillness. I want to add to it an introverted look inside. So if you're looking inside, you're immediately very aware of your own mechanism. You're very aware of the level of your voice. You're aware of when you move your arms, when you change your view, when you look a different way. We live lives that's controlled by your will. So when you talk about the will to live, will controls everything. Controls me picking up this hat, this water, looking over there. Your will clicks in first to allow your motors to do it. And I wanted Gus to be so in control of himself that he was in observance of other people from being in observance of himself. So that was what really started to motivate the character. Then the second motivation was hiding in plain sight.
Ooh.
How many of us hide from our own selves and are afraid to be all of who we are? We shrink because we're not good enough, because we judge ourselves. Or we're over the top big because we're insecure and we want to be the joker and we want to make people happy and be the people pleaser. So for me, I wanted to have a guy who was hiding in plain sight, who gave to the fun run, who took care of the hospital, who really did, and a big part of Gus really wanted to bring people to their best self. He helped chemists believe that they, with Max, he took off the streets of El Salvador, and he wanted to help him reach his goal. So, again, I created a character that was not black nor white nor good nor bad. Yeah, he was bad enough. And the meth could have been toothpaste. You know what I mean? He was a businessman. And he had, his undoing was vengeance. Because someone he really loved and he really believed in, who he really cultivated like a child, was taken away from him. And that was his undoing. I hope I answered your question.